Good morning, everybody. My name is Barry Schwartz, and this is the Search Buzz video recap. Today is Friday, August 1st, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at seroundtable.com. We got more Google search ranking volatility. It doesn't cool down. Google Search Live is live now with video mode. Google AI mode has a bunch of new features and so much more across local, ads, earnings, and so forth. So definitely stay tuned. This video is sponsored by Bruce Clay. Thank you so much, Bruce. Bruce is one of the founding fathers of the SEO space, doing SEO and search marketing since 1996. Bruce is big into SEO training, so check them out at seotraining.com, and also check out their new writing tool, which is not so new anymore, called prewriter.ai. Definitely check them out, and thanks so much, Bruce, for sponsoring. Deeply, deeply appreciate it. Okay, so I wrote about Google search ranking volatility not just once, but twice. So I wrote about it this morning. Super ranking volatility ongoing since the core update, more so than than what we saw actually with the core update. I've been talking about this for I think over 3 weeks now, or maybe a couple weeks, whenever the core update was done on July 17th. So since then, really. And even this morning, I saw a big spike happen yesterday through today. A lot of the tools are showing a significant spike. The chatter within the SEO industry is very, very heated. And then we saw some people talking about potential reversals over the weekend. So I wrote about that on Monday. I don't know. The search ranking volatility is very, very heated. I'm not sure what's going on with Google, but Google's always updating. But it just seems like core level volatility that's going on post-core update. On the Google search news, Google also released Google Search Live with video. Earlier, like a month or so ago, Google released it with audio only, where you can actually talk to Google and it will actually respond. But now you can actually put up your phone, look at something through the camera in Google Lens using live search, and actually have a conversation about what you're talking to them about, as well as what you're looking at, which is pretty cool. It's a nice feature, and it's nice to see that live. It actually works pretty well. Also, Google announced a bunch of features around AI mode. One is it's getting upload file ability. You could actually upload images now, PDF soon, and other files types in the future. And it actually question around those file types, which is nice to have. Of course, Gemini had that for some time. There's also a new Canvas feature, which is basically a study mode where it actually keep your notes on the right-hand side of what you're looking at, and then you could dig it deeper into specific sections of those notes, and it will expand upon it, which is you can actually save that and actually review those notes later in this Canvas feature. And also, search while browsing now uses Google Lens. Google announced this a couple months ago at Google I/O. They released pieces of it earlier on called Search while browsing, but now it actually incorporates Google Lens into browsing, which is pretty cool as well. We have quotes from Robbie Stein from Google as well, so it's definitely interesting to see that feature. Talking about AI mode, Google AI mode seems to be entering the shopping space. A couple weeks ago, Damien noticed that Google had this little box under the shopping results, under the popular picks for you, says, help me shop in AI mode, which then takes you to AI mode, which makes it really hard to actually shop. Because if you're looking for a specific product, AI mode is not the place. It kind of gives you reviews and gives you more details about it, but it doesn't really help you buy that product right now. Brody Clark also spotted this, so pretty interesting to see that as well. And then with AI mode, Google actually expanded AI mode into the UK this week. It seemed like it was like a early announcement because they announced it late UK time, London time, like really, really late. I suspect they wanted to announce that the previous morning, but I assume one of the outlets actually broke the embargo by accident and released the news maybe late that night. That being said, AI mode is now available in the UK, but also in India and in the US fully without even opting into it. AI mode didn't even have an opt-in feature for UK. It was just like, we're going live. In any event, those are the 3 regions or countries that it's available now in, and those are the only regions that they're available now in. So hopefully we'll see them actually launch into more places so you guys can play with it if you're not able to play with it yet. And then Google had their Search Central Deep Dive 3-day conference last week in Asia, in the Asian Pacific region, and a lot of stuff came out of that. I wasn't there, so I couldn't report on it firsthand, but Jason Munn posted on LinkedIn a whole slew of slides from indexing day. I posted most of those slides on the Search Engine Roundtable. There's also other reports that I reported about around that as well, so just take a look at that if you are interested in indexing. And then, just like Google, Bing also, Fabrice Cannell from Bing actually has said that if you want to do SEO for AI search, it's the same thing as doing SEO for regular search. You want to make sure your content's crawlable, indexable and up to date in the search index. And you recommended using sitemaps, make sure you use the last mod date, this is all old information, as well as using index now, all old information. But he said basically it's the same thing. If you want to optimize for AI search, do the normal SEO things. Of course, like I said last week when I said Google said this, it's all about the understanding of technical SEO in terms of getting the content in those indexes, in the AI search results index. From there, getting clicks is a whole new story, and there's optimizing for that. But this, what the Googlers and the Bingers, the people from the search engines are talking about, is making sure your content gets indexed by these engines. And the only way to do that is to do ground technical SEO at this point. Of course, you could try to use the LMMS.txt file, but I don't know, not all AI search engines use that. And then Google is testing or releasing an experiment where they show posts on Reddit, a section it used to be called discussions and forums, but now if they want to go ahead and consolidate only Reddit, there's a new section called posts on Reddit. Now, it's not just for Reddit. Now, this was spotted by Kushal and Sash and Patel, but also a Google spokesperson told me last night that they call this an existing feature where we often cluster results from specific forums. And we're testing different visual elements for that, or treatments for that now. And basically, you can see this not just for posts on Reddit, but posts on Quora, posts on Facebook, and other forums. But obviously, you're going to see Reddit more often. This is why we saw it for Reddit, and it's just something that Google's testing according to Google. Google Merchant Center is testing a new deals section. They used to call promotion section with clippable coupons. Now there's these deals called deals as opposed to promotions. And also, it also has this like green highlight icon. This is spotted by Sash and Patel as well. And Brody Clark also noticed other variations of this. Google Ads has this new ad group setting for AI Max, where it's a new beta where the AI Max has this ad group setting which search terms matching. This seems to only show when you have AI Max turned on. Turning off search term matching will use only your provided keywords and match types, which will limit the performance boost of AI Max. This is spotted by Thomas Excel. It seems like Google is going to be charging more for Google local service ads, specifically the message leads. Now, previously, Google would have a message that says message leads are basically 50%, or it says basically the usage rate, message leads are priced at 50% of the corresponding phone lead. And now it says they're typically priced lower than the corresponding phone lead price, although that's not always the case. It's spotted by Anthony Higman. So it seems like those message leads are now costing almost as much or maybe the same as phone leads, which was not the case previously. Google Ads may turn off personalization, remarketing, conversion tracking if the advertiser fails audits. This is spotted by Adrian Decker. He got an email basically saying you failed consent mode version 2. And now you're flying blind, meaning basically saying that you don't have this conversion tracking and so forth. Google commented and added an update basically confirming that nothing is new here, that basically if you fail these consent mode things and you're not complying with the Google's EU user consent policy, they will remove certain features from your ads because they can't do that. And that's what happens when you don't comply. And that's something not new, supposedly, but Adrian Decker got an email about that. Google said now they're using machine learning to determine the age of its signed-in users. And with that, if they determine that your user is under 18, they're going to go ahead and change them. These changes aren't new, but the machine learning part is new. And they're going to go ahead and change that your ads will be disabled for ad personalization and disallow sensitive creative categories from serving. So this may impact your ad revenue, it may impact your advertiser campaigns and so forth, and may impact publishers' ad revenue as well, because now more people are going to be spotted for being under 18, and that removes some search ad features. Google Business Profile seems to be testing attributes which are confirmed by percentages of users. So this is spotted by Claudia Tominia, who basically said, or showed a screenshot where it says, for the attributes, let's say like handicap accessible or romantic place or whatever it might be, it says this attribute that was added by the business is confirmed by these percentage of users who went to that specific restaurant or location. I think that's pretty cool, actually. Also, Google Business Profile seems to be testing AI-generated menu summaries, which I don't get. Why not just show the menu? But basically, this is spotted by also by Claudia, where it like has a summary of like these are the salads and this is the price range and this is what we offer, and soups are range from this dollar point and that dollar point. Why not just show it as opposed to having these summaries? I'm not sure. I don't like this. I think they should actually just stick with the actual menu and opposed to the summary. Microsoft announced earnings this week as well, their fourth quarter 2020 earnings report, and it showed that their search and advertising revenue was up again for the third time by 21%, quarter after quarter after quarter. So 21% past 3 quarters, then 18%, and 19%, and 12%, and 8%. They're really growing this Microsoft advertising business. They said search and news advertising revenue excluding traffic acquisition costs was increased 21%. They had record-breaking revenues and record-breaking everything. Their stock price was way up. And you can see they're really growing this Microsoft advertising business. So pretty cool from them, and hope they continue to do well. In any event, thanks so much for listening to the Search Buzz video recap. My name again is Barry Schwartz, and this is the Search News we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at SEOroundtable.com. Again, thanks to Bruce Clay for sponsoring. Deeply appreciate that. And everyone have a great, safe weekend. Bye-bye.